Now it's the news at 9. First, the highlight. Governor Sanwo-Olu talks tough on flouting fiscal planning law. Visits Dosumu fire incident scene in Lagos. President Tinubu to declare 2024 National Judicial Summit open. On foreign scene, Ukraine Parliament passes bill to boost the number of soldiers against Russian invasion. And in sports, Premier League clubs agree to adopt semi-automated offside technology next season. Now the details. I'm Sarah Adesanya. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has vowed to ensure that the fiscal planning law of the state is fully activated to ensure complete audit of the immediate and remote cause of the fire inferno at Dosumu Market on Lagos Island and appropriate sanctions noted. Governor Sanwo-Olu spoke with journalists after an assessment of the fire incident scene, which had engulfed 14 buildings, said more houses will be demolished as the state government will not tolerate disobedience to its physical planning laws and continued exposure of citizens to avoidable danger. The governor, who engaged the stakeholders and victims of the fire incident, assured them of his administration's commitment to comfort them for their losses.
I'm very impressed because it's actually wearing, a more cleaner road. We all came by road from Lagos, from all the way from Lagos Island, where we all work together. Thankfully, no lives have been lost, but you can see the amount of property that have been wasted. You can see the amount of people's assets, collateral damages that have been wasted. So this is a call to others outside there. Government will not shy away from its responsibility. We will come really hard, and I'm repeating, we will come really, really hard on structures, on properties that will not conform with our rules. We will bring them down.
Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu says the administration will make Lagos, especially Badagry axis of the state, a tourist attraction. Governor Sanwo-Olu stated this after his visit to some historical sites in Badagry, Lagos West Senatorial District of the state, accompanied by some of his cabinet members and lawmakers in the state.
Actually wearing, a more cleaner road. We all came by road from Lagos, from all the way from Lagos Island, where we all work together. And you could see that it took us just about an hour, 15 minutes from Lagos all the way driving here back to Badagry. So this is a journey that either will take 3 hours, 3.5 hours. We've experienced it ourselves, and in 1 hour, 15 minutes, we're in Badagry.
These sites include Badagry Slave Market Museum International, Vlekete Shrine, Badagry Enslavement Gallery, Badagry Heritage Museum, Third-story building built in 1842, and the state government Charlotte, amongst others. Our correspondent, Adiola Akindele, reports that Governor Sanwo-Olu also took a boat ride to the point of no return, where slaves were taken to different parts of the world. State government has appealed to all drivers, particularly those navigating the newly rehabilitated Third Mainland Bridge, to adhere to designated speed limit of 80 km per hour. This appeal comes in the wake of a tragic accident in the Third Mainland Bridge, which resulted in 2 passengers being plunged into the lagoon. Commissioner for Transportation, Oluwaseun Oshiemi, emphasized that such compliance will not only ensure personal safety but also protect other road users. Oshiemi encouraged passengers to promptly report drivers who persist in flouting essential guidelines to the nearest Lagos State Traffic Management Authority (LASMA) outpost or contact the following hotlines: 090-2000-9000 or 0902-000-4000. The federal government is giving stakeholders to be affected by the Lagos-Calabar Coastal Highway project a 7-day ultimatum from Thursday next week to relocate from the right-of-way. The Minister of Works, David Umahi, announced the extension of ultimatum at the stakeholders' engagement in Victoria Land. Umahi promised that compensation will be paid within a 30-day timeline to be decided by an expansive committee on the stakeholders comprising political class, traditional rulers, women, and other categories of affected property owners. It stressed that the magnanimity would be considered for incomplete title holders, but no compensation for occupants of shanties.
We have taken certain critical decisions. We have compelled the gazetted route, and then we've compelled it with the realigned route. And then the chain is as strong as the weakest link. Which area is the side of least resistance? The coast belongs to the federal government by reason of the act of the federal government and the latest Supreme Court judgment that says from the shoreline to 250 meters backwards belongs to the federal government.
Umari granted reviews of some alignments requested by some of the stakeholders around Ibeju-Lekki, Jakonde Estate, Aja, to prevent huge economic losses. The minister noted that project will be a national asset, coming at a time the country needs foreign direct investment to regrow the economy. Our correspondent, Abiola Fagulago, reports that the forum attracted prominent traditional rulers, the political class, and other stakeholders in Etiosa and Ibeju-Lekki council areas. And now to the rest of the stories. President Bola Tinubu has been scheduled to declare open a national summit on justice organized by the Federal Ministry of Justice to address critical challenges plaguing the nation's justice sector. Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi, who made this public in Abuja, set the summit with the theme Repositioning the Justice System, Constitutional, Statutory and Operational Reforms for Access and Efficiency, is intended to enable the much-needed reforms that will make justice more accessible to Nigerians. According to Fagbemi, one of the summit's goals is to review, validate, and adopt the revised national policy on justice 2024 to 2028 to drive prison reforms, access to justice for average Nigerian, as well as the review of electoral laws and procedures and handling election-related cases, among several other reforms. He added that the National Summit will present a unique opportunity to collectively tackle the pressing issues hindering the efficient, fair, and people-centered delivery of justice in the nation. President Bola Tinubu's Mon, the first civilian governor of Abia State and former Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation, Ogbonnaya Onu. Tinubu described Onu as a luminous star in Nigeria's political firmament. He extended his condolences to the family of Onu, whom he praised for being a principal draftsman in the funding of the All Progressive Congress and a valiant partner in the victory of the party in 2015 elections. Tinubu affirmed that Onu epitomized Nigeria and concord and wholeness as he believed and defended Nigeria's unity, advocated peace, and promoted fellowship across the country. Also, former President Muhammadu Buhari described Onu as one of Nigeria's most outstanding scientific minds and intellectuals. And in foreign news, Ukraine's parliament has passed a bill to overhaul how the military drafts civilians in an attempt to boost its number of soldiers more than 2 years since Russia's full-scale invasion. The bill, which dropped at a set of draconian draft-dodging penalties that sparked public outrage, was backed by armed forces. Commander of Ukraine forces in the Kyiv, Donetsk and Luhansk region in eastern Ukraine, Yuri Sudol, told the parliament that Russia has up to 10 times more soldiers than Ukraine on battlefields in the east. Sudol, who said the forces are maintaining the defense with their last strength, noted that the military lack manpower. The bill was passed with a majority of 283 votes in the 450-member parliament. And in sport, Premier League clubs have unanimously agreed to the use of semi-automated offside technology from next season. The decision to introduce the technology was taken at a Premier League shareholders meeting today. The league body, in a statement, said the technology will provide quicker and consistent placement of a virtual offside line based on optical player tracking. Also, it noted that it will produce high-quality broadcast graphics to ensure an enhanced in-stadium and broadcast experience for supporters. Semi-automated offside is already used in the Champions League and Serie A and was used at the World Cup in Qatar in 2022. Meanwhile, the Premier League currently has VAR officials to check offside using Hawk-Eye, but the system has faced heavy criticism for perceived errors and the time taken to come to a decision, while also leaving fans in the stadium in the dark with no replies. Just before we go, your vehicle is not a strong room. Please keep your valuables off the sight of miscreants. You can follow us on like all our various social media platforms: X Traffic Radio 961, Instagram Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website at trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that Solo administration organized a forum for women across the 57 local government and local council development areas in the state with a view to enhancing their productivity and economic growth? You can get more details on the Lagos State Government website. Turn the news, here are the highlight of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has vowed to ensure that the physical planning law of the state is fully activated to ensure complete audit of the immediate and remote cause of the fire inferno at Dosumu Market on Lagos Island and the appropriate sanctions netted. President Bola Tinubu has been scheduled to declare open a national summit on justice organized by the Federal Ministry of Justice to address critical challenges plaguing the nation's justice sector. We also told you that Ukraine's parliament has passed a bill to overhaul all the military draft civilians in an attempt to boost its number of soldiers more than 2 years since Russia's full-scale invasion. And in sport, Premier League clubs have unanimously agreed to the use of semi-automated offside technology from next season. For contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That is the news broadcast compiled by Sadiq Yusuf. I'm Sarah Adesanya. Thank you for listening.